So, okay. Now, what's the video we're watching?
It's in the drive there. It's the Pedmenko conspiracy. By the
Okay.
Polyfrog. This video has been jannied. It was swept up by Flamenco's Kiwi Farms pedophile cabal
Okay.
that threatened to kill Polyfrog's family if the video remained up.
You
A
did?
Polyfrog will deny that if questioned. He said, "No, I was just worried that what I said was inaccurate." But in fact, it was the notorious domestic terrorist Josh Moon threatened to pipe bomb Polyfrog's family unless the video went down. Unfortunately, the corruption is just so deep in the Pedmenko conspiracy at this point that we can't tell who's dirty, who's clean. It just turns out that everybody online is a pedophile other than me. It's crazy.
Look,
I know, but
so the chat said if KSI picked me to fight, I'd fucking do it. I would get my ass whipped because he's like fucking 40 pounds heavier. I'd still do it. I don't give a fuck. Why not, right? You might as well just go
why
for it.
Why not?
Go for it.
You just get fucked up.
All right, hang on. Let me just do one thing here.
Brain damage ain't nothing.
Brain damage, fucking pussies. All right. Okay, we're all prepared, folks. You all ready? Here's the Pedmenko conspiracy. I don't think it's exactly true for Xerin. I don't think PPP was being 100% factual with what he was just saying there, but something along those lines. Okay.
Oh, I don't know. That's what's supposedly going on. I really don't know anymore.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, I want to get humiliated. All right. You ready, bud?
Yeah, I'm ready for this.
Okay.
To the Pedmenko conspiracy. So recently there was a streamer called Flamenco who has come under fire for his freak out and meltdown in the commentary community. But that doesn't interest me. I would rather investigate the claims about Flam being a pedo, so in this video, that's what I plan to do. So who is Flamenco? Well, he's a streamer who used to be a co-host on Ethan Ralph's show The Kill Stream. He broke away from him and now does his own thing on YouTube. Now, Flam has had a few controversies around him. First, there was his...
He actually still hangs off Ethan Ralph's nuts every night. And without talking about Ralph or being Ralph's bitch boy, he ain't nothing. I gotta correct the record. He doesn't do his own thing. He still hangs off Ralph's nuts. Alright, let's go.
Porn history leak. Shortly after that, there was accusations he's a pedophile. And then he had his subsequent meltdown over a joke song calling him a pedo. Now, I suspect Flamenco will say this is a smear job and that I hate him. This is not the case. I will try to be as fair and impartial as I can be towards him, and try to leave my own bias out of it. Lastly, I want to say I'm not some paragon of morality or virtue, but at least I don't want to f*** kids and have fantasies about them. Also, I want to say that the word pedo is used too liberally. The term shouldn't be used lightly, because when you use it lightly and call everyone a pedo, you're taking away from the severity of what's being claimed. Really quick, I want to cover this before we embark on our descent through hell. Also, disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer, so if I got any of this wrong, lawyers in the audience, feel free to let me know. So, artistic depictions of minors engaged in sexual acts is not CSEM material, which stands for Child Sexual Exploitation Material, unless a real child is the reference used in the art. If you report people to law enforcement for looking at cartoon images that are not real or a reference to real CP, you are wasting police time and resources. As sick as it is, cartoon art is a legal gray area in the United States. Under the Protect Act of 2003, if you get charged with a sex crime, they can add additional charges for possession of said cartoon art. Morally, I find artistic depictions of minors engaged in sexual acts indefensible, reprehensible, vile, disgusting, and evil. If you're into that shit, you likely have predilections for real children, you sick f***.
Yep.
Okay, so now let's start with suspect number 1, Flamenco, and go over what started this whole mess. Flamenco was caught in a German Steam group with 9 people, of which 2 of the members had children as their profile pictures. Flam's defense was, I add everyone on Steam and join random groups without thinking. These 2 people, one named Sanctus, the admin of the group, had a child avatar and images of children on his profile. And here's Flamenco's defense of I just add everyone.
Come to this today, when
mean,
you're
like,
being roundly accused of being a pedophile. People want your head on the spot.
Yeah, so back in the day when I was starting out streaming, the guy who apparently invited me to the Steam group apparently was reached out to, and he had this. I don't know how faithful this translation is, but basically people would add me on Steam, and I would pretty much just add whoever adds me, and I would just accept pretty much any friend requests. And
so
at some point,
can you just elaborate who they are?
yeah, so apparently the Steam group that I was in, this guy Sanctus was the admin and the only mutual person that I had in this Steam group. As like
Now here's the strange German Steam group that Flam was a member of, Harry Koenig or Harry Carey, I don't know how to pronounce it, but there you go. Here we can see Sanctus, the group admin, using the image of a child as his avatar. An unknown user also has a child avatar. And then there's another member, Panda, who has a little anime girl as their avatar in what looks like a child's onesie. Like a little panda onesie or some shit. Archived posts show that right here, Flam was indeed a member of this German Steam group. Now, Flam was only in 6 Steam groups. His defense for being in the German one was, well, no one uses Steam groups, and I just accept invites from everyone. Now, if this was true, shouldn't there be more than just 6 groups on his profile page? Seems a little suspicious. Here we can see the group admin Sanctus. Right here, you can see he has children on his profile. Now, Flam was mutuals with him on Steam, but claimed he never viewed his profile and never saw this on it.
Wait, do people want 1.5 speed?
Well, I put up a poll of whether they wanted 2x speed or not. It's 70% yes, 30% no. Maybe 1.5 might be the answer.
1.5? If someone said 0.75?
Slow it down.
Okay, let's try 1.5.
Ho, so low.
Flam stated that he never views people's profiles, and Flam also claims that the last
that's way better. Like, it's fine.
profile he checked out was 7 months ago. Now, these are some chats from other pedo groups or profiles that Sanctus was involved with, but to clarify, Flam wasn't a member or a part of these separate groups. Here's more messages from these 6. Now, I want you to take a look at this pink heart right here. This is a symbol that pedophiles use to identify each other. If you don't believe me, go look it up. They also use the triangle on quarters.
There's kind of an eyelash in my eye. Holy f***, that hurt.
So, by the way, what Paulie's going through is like the evidence that was in the folder there.
That if you guys said, hey, pull this up, but then you guys...
He never pulled it up, Andy. It's
no
all
one
your
sent it
fault.
to me.
It's all your fault.
You guys did not know it was not my fault.
I blame Godwinson.
It was Godwinson's fault, definitely.
It's all his fault.
You're
Please.
pedophile. Hey Andy, click this and open this. No, you didn't say it. And then our chat was was revolting and hating us. So
all right, let's just
anyway.
The hand quarters to each other with a little triangle stamped in there.
If this were presented properly, maybe it would have been good.
Paulie's doing what should have been done.
Exactly, yeah.
Let's use butterflies as well. Also, above the heart, I want you to take a good look at that word, honey. Here's the definition of it. Now, it says it's used as slang for a woman's vagina. However, most people I see using this word online use it in relation to little anime girls, usually in a sexual context. If you come across people using this word, there's only one solution for them.
Oh, it's not something you can control? You didn't choose to be attracted to kids. That's fine. Please face the wall.
Now, someone managed to track down Sanctus and get a hold of him, you know, the creepy pedo who ran that German Steam group Flam was in, and asked him a few questions about Flam and his involvement with the group. Here's the translated conversation. Sanctus claims he doesn't remember why he started that Steam group, and that Flam was just some guy he watched back in the day, and that he was one of his few friends on Steam. He goes on to say that Flam joined the group without thinking about it, and confirms that Flam played video games together with him. When asked about the children on his profile, he says, oh, it's nothing, and that his profile used to be normal. Now, my speculation on this is that it almost seems like Sanctus is doing damage control to cover for Flam, like a friend would do, leading me to speculate further and wonder if they were closer than what Flam was saying. Flam first joined this strange Steam group on August 10th, 2021, and he deleted the pedo admin from either his friends list or from his group. I'm not sure which one, but here you go nonetheless.
People think that they can't understand?
Listen, they're just fucking with you, man.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Play the shit.
All right, I'm sorry.
Flam was seen chatting with people on Kiwi Farms about the group when news first broke. People wanted to know what his involvement was and his connection to it. Shortly after this news broke, PPP and Andy Worski of the Kino Casino reached out to Flam and asked him to come on their show and explain himself and the situation. Now, I'm not trying to shit on the casino, but the stream was a flop, and the house got felted. So let's go over some quick highlights.
True.
First, Godwinson and PPP right from the start were trying to lampoon Flam as a pedo versus just conducting an interview/investigation and letting Flam hang himself with his own words. They were on the right track with asking Flam more about his associations, people he's defended, and his actions. They were not fully prepared and even got some information wrong. There was no smoking gun and very little evidence presented. Ultimately, it left people angry at PPP and Godwinson for conducting what they believed to be a bad faith interview. And this is my own personal opinion. I believe Flam barely survived that interview.
It was good faith.
Bad faith.
Here you can see the poll results from that stream showing 65% of people believed Flam was innocent. By trying to lampoon Flam with very little evidence, the casino made Flam appear more honest than he is. As an example, here in this clip, the casino got confused. They got one of their facts wrong. They confused two separate Steam groups thinking Flam was in both.
Hey, am I gonna go in, you know, am I in a group with somebody sussy?
The reality is, Flamenco, that this group had 9 members in, so you're not going to find commonality with the audience.
This server had 13 members like 13 months ago. I don't know how many people.
I mean, you're in this group where they're celebrating and saying Happy Alice Day. Just a
Do you
holiday
know
for
how
pedophiles.
Hold on. That's not even the group that people are talking about. That's in a group that the person who was the admin of the group is in another group.
Oh.
Yeah, you see, like that's the whole problem with this. People can't even keep their story straight. It's not the German thing. It's like the other server that Null was talking about that had the thing on like the next page after people dropped it.
The other pedophile server he was in.
There's no posts in that.
Yeah.
Later on in the stream, Flam is asked about Boy Soprano, and here is where I caught him in a lie.
Was that Soprano?
Boy Soprano?
Yeah, I think like most people that took a look at that said it's like, nah, this is like twink shit or something, and they're like, yeah, it's whatever.
In this clip, Flam is confronted about the lie he keeps saying, that Boy Soprano is just a sissy boy domination story, it's a twink story, and tries to downplay the underage characters in it.
You want to talk about that? Because it was.
Again,
it was a shotgun manga. Yeah, it was a shotgun manga. Flat out. It features kids under the age of 18 engaging in sexual activities. It's not a Dom sissy boy manga. And the way that you pretended like it was is just like
multiple people have already said it too.
You're deceptive. You're a liar about that. You lied about that. You said it was a Dawn sissy boy book. Did you not?
That's your fucking opinion, dude.
You didn't. You lied about it. You keep saying that it's a Dawn sissy boy book. I don't have to justify it. Everybody in the audience hears me. I got on because this is an easy W for me. You are like the IBS toilet. Rand dunked on you. Dingo would dunk on you. You were like a toilet. That's the thing. I got on as a nobody because I have 30 minutes to kill before I have to go back to work.
You're totally not doing this because you're super mad at the internet, dude.
No, you know what?
Flamenco, oh my god.
Here's yet another clip where he's confronted again about the characters being underage.
And this, real fast. This video has the Dimitri shit that just came out too, right?
Oh, well, there's more. I don't know, man.
All right.
I actually have no fucking idea. I'm gonna play a couple other things that came out after this.
Okay.
And then we'll clean it up on fucking the rake back or whatever. We'll clean it up with what we missed. I honestly just don't really give a fuck. Like, Flamenco is one of the most boring pieces of shit online. I really do believe he is a creepy fucking pedophile, though. I really do.
The Boy Soprano stuff and the lolly and all that shit, like, it's so fucking grimy, dude. Just that alone is like, what the fuck is happening?
There's pictures.
Then
there's
plus
pictures
all this
of underage kids getting in Boy Soprano. There absolutely is. And Flam's a liar, and the images are circulating around online of Boy Soprano now, like on Kiwi Farms and shit. So you can search it out for yourself. I don't advise that you do.
Don't. I've never seen them. I don't want to see them. From what he described, it was like an innocent anime or some bullshit. So I don't even want to fucking
What is your defense on like Boy Soprano? Because like I've seen you in other streams, you'll like say like this is why I
big-breasted dommy mommies.
But like with a kid though, what about that?
Cause sus, buddy.
While you're show to shit. So again, like I don't know. People are chimping out about chimping out stuff. I don't know.
But man, it is. It's the kid is 15 years old.
Okay, and I didn't know that until like people were pointing it out. So I don't know, dude.
How do you not know?
The kid is
This
clearly
is one of the few
15
safe for work
years
panels
old.
of Boy Soprano. You can clearly see this is a child that has been adopted and is being groomed by 2 older women to be their sex toy. This comic, along with the porn history leaks, combined with the Steam group that had 2 or more pedophiles in it, swayed many people to believe that Flam is pedo. Now, if you don't believe me that the comic depicts minors, or the kid grew up and was magically 18, here's the tags for the comic. So you have Shotacon right there and Lolicon. Okay, so let's move on. Now, later into the stream, Tux gets brought up in the conversation, and then Flam makes a very bizarre statement. Listen closely.
Tux, if you're watching, yikes, buddy. This guy was 8 years old. His sister was 6, and he was basically f***ing her until he was 14.
Yeah, and that's degenerate.
Super degenerate is watching
super
hentai.
guns, bro.
Okay, whatever. That's like beyond degenerate. That's like
Well,
that's criminal.
I disagree. I don't.
You don't think it's a
I don't know how
sickness
you
of the
can
mind?
label a person a pedophile when they're not an adult.
No, I didn't think the pedophile is his sister. That's still insane.
It's a sickness of the mind.
That's still insane.
And again, like, was I
In a world where
told by Tux that he did this? And like,
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. No, Flap.
I'm supposed to preemptively predict when people are going to be outed as being degenerates or something.
But then we find out. We will find out that he kept.
How much
Tux's-
evidence do we need? Like, he defends people like this. Just fucking say he's sick and he's. No, like let's
Well,
jerk
I didn't
off
know.
about it. Like,
well, here he's claiming, okay, that's fucked up what he did, but then after our fucking flop of a show, he still had Tux as like a mod or some shit, right?
Oh no, he absolutely did. He was still a mod in his server.
Like, oh my god.
He was still friends with Dimitri on Discord up until like 12 hours ago.
What?
People in chat are saying if it's too fast, it can slow it down to 0.75. But honestly, I would just keep it
You mean 1.25?
Something like this. No, I'm saying they can fix it on their end.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you're watching and you want to see it at normal speed, yeah.
Just don't call him pedophile.
Well, yeah,
Like, why even defend it at all? Like, why
I'm
bring
not
any sort of
defending
defense?
it. I'm not defending it at all. I'm just not calling it a not calling him pedophile because he wasn't a fucking adult.
I see what you're saying. Wait,
Are you?
Let's take a listen to that again right there. Here's the clip of Flam saying, "What does pedophilia even mean, bro?" It's a very bizarre thing to say.
I see what you're saying.
One more time.
I see what you're saying.
Are you the sort of person that?
Flam is asked about Tux, a guy who f***ed his sister, by the way, and why he wasn't banned from Flamingo's Discord server.
I want to ask one question. Why didn't you just demod Tux? Why didn't you ban him and cut all
I didn't even do it. I wasn't even at my phone to be able to like do that on Discord. One of my other mods did that.
Why didn't you do it afterwards? When you were at your phone and pressed?
Because he already left the server.
He didn't though.
Yes, he did.
No, there was a
Yes, he
time
did.
gap and he didn't leave.
Yes,
and
he
you
did.
clicked and he left.
Yes, he did. I didn't do any.
He was demodded.
I didn't do any moderation. I don't do like any moderation.
You don't do any
I leave it up to my own
moderation?
moderators, and they did the right thing by demodding him.
They should have
Are
banned
any
his
of your
ass.
moderators vetted by yourself? Are they?
I think he was banned. I think he was banned after he went on to both Augie and Ralph.
What a lie!
Or, no, he left.
Lied
after that, but
right to my fucking face. You know what I mean? Lied right to my fucking face. He was banned.
I would have had him banned afterwards anyway.
Now, Flam said he didn't know about what Tux was doing, and by all accounts, it appears Flam didn't know. KinoCasino, one of Flam's mods, went rogue and joined Kiwi Farms after getting banned from Flam's Discord server. Apparently, he was a longtime fan and banned by one of Flam's pay pigs. So here we see KinoCasino only became a Janny because Flam's Jannies kept f***ing with him. Flam's Jannies all spurged over the Tux molested his sister situation. 8. KinoCasino deleted a picture of someone posting Tux's sister in Flam's Discord. The person complained. KinoCasino told them go ahead and repost it, implying they would get banned. And then KinoCasino was later banned for encouraging Tux's sister being posted at the hands of Flam's biggest pay pig. Flam apparently acknowledged the ban as being nonsense, but refused to undo it as not to irk his pay pig. Here we see a Twitter post by Ethan Ralph confirming what KinoCasino was saying, that Flam's mods were in a panic over Tux, and he posted screen caps from Flam's Discord. Here's one of the images that Ethan posted of Flam's chat mod, saying his Discord had yet another sick in it. Let's sidetrack and go over Flamenco's Discord server history. Now, I don't have chat logs of the events in question, because Flamenco was accused in the past of deleting chat logs when something bad would happen in his server. On Discord, it's real easy to set up a bot that will delete all logs. You can even set it to clear them after a set amount of time. Now, I don't have proof Flam does this, as I'm not a member of his Discord, but I'm noting that he was accused of it in the past. Back when Flam was working for Ethan Ralph, he was a mod and allegedly helped shield a pedo in the Killstream Discord until people found out and they were forced to do something about it. In this clip, Flam is questioned about his old mods and his Discord.
Yeah, Sure, but also there's like a group of people out there that like just really fucking hate me and don't like me,
True,
and then
yeah.
they're going to use whatever
Very
flimsy
true.
evidence that they can to like chimp out and like try to smear me, you know. So
Because there is somewhat of a pattern of behavior, right? Because I remember when
Not really.
a certain pedophile liar had said that all of your Jannies were pedophiles and that you were covering up for them. Then
And he
instead of
was right.
standing
And
up
he was-
to them,
wait, how
instead
was
of
he right?
standing up
How
to
was he
him,
right?
you fled the internet from him like a bitch and made it look like
Yeah,
it was
because
true.
he was threatening to dox people who were in my server and call them pedophiles.
Oh, so he was going to dox pedophiles, and that's wrong.
No, he was calling people pedophiles and threatening to dox people who were just mods in my server.
Did you do any investigation and clear their names and to find that they weren't pedophiles, or did you just take them at that?
There was like one guy that they said was, and I don't even know where the f he is now. So I think he just left the internet. I have no f***ing clue with that guy.
Jail?
But like, I have no f***ing clue. And then like the other one is like I guess Tux, and then Tux gets like mod removal almost immediately after the f***ing allegations come out, and he leaves my fucking server. I don't know what the f I mean, Tux wasn't even a pedophile, but like it was enough to like get him kicked out.
He was a
Or at least-
trans. He was a tranny.
He was seeing his sister for 7 years.
Yeah, I don't. He said that it stopped at like 14 and 12. Didn't
Yeah.
The defense of that. Why?
Oh,
Like,
so it's-
why?
oh, it's-
Why stick your neck out for it? It's just.
You know.
It's okay.
Wait.
Flam is further questioned by PvP about his moderators, including the infamous Lolly Sculptor, and Flam claims it wasn't real and that it was all fake.
Did you not have a top mod from the past whose profile picture was a lolicon statue?
Yes, you did.
Apparently like that Corbo guy, but he says that was like a fake dox or like a failed dox.
I
that
just
zoomed in
love
on him.
God.
So
It's,
I'm like,
it's all failed
Yes,
doxes,
you
it's all-
did. He actually has no idea. He just goes along. They're just like bluffing this shit, but it's totally true. It was true. I had no clue.
Yeah, it's all fake.
All haters.
Yeah,
no,
it's
it's
just
that one instance.
Well, now it's time for a blast from the past. Here we have an old video by Drummer from 2020 addressing the drama in Flamenco's Discord
Drummer,
server
whatever
regarding
happened to
Corbo,
him?
the Lolly Sculptor, the person Flam said was the victim of false information and fake docs.
Good job on the gay op, though. I gotta call you on it, because you try to act like you're not a deceitful piece of shit, but unfortunately you are, so go f yourself, Flamenco.
And speaking of Flamenco, I just learned he left his position as Killstream co-host. I thought maybe it was his leaked confession of recording Ralph in a private conversation that caused the two to part ways. But it seems that Flamenco's departure from the Killstream had more to do with covering for degenerates on his Discord server than a beef with Ethan Ralph. Flamenco was in a voice chat discussing Godspeed's exposure of the Killstream mods. Those same mods were also active on Flamenco's Discord server, and he was not happy about what Godspeed had revealed. But Flamenco did not get very far in the conversation before Godspeed jumped into the voice chat and confronted Flamenco. And the whole thing was recorded.
It's just getting really fucking annoying. Like Zoom is so much of a pussy ass beta bitch that he's deciding that I'm gonna go with like all these just random people because maybe if I scare enough people away from the gun, it'll finally get rid of him. I'm actually working out, guys. I'm just out of breath because I'm.
Yeah, Flamenco, you got a big fucking mouth. I know that you live in. I'm gonna find you too.
Yeah, okay.
Keep pretending you live in. I know you live in.
Okay, buddy.
When I find you, I'm gonna kill you and your whole family.
Okay, buddy. Jesus. What are you gonna do? Fall on us, you fucking fat piece of shit?
That means a lot from your.
In this clip, Flam and Zoom argue about Flam's mods being pedos. Zoom then accuses Flam of deleting his chat logs to get rid of evidence, and someone in the call points out and asks, why was a channel called Outer Space deleted? So pay attention and listen for that one.
Yeah, because like you're the only one allowed to run your mouth, right?
I mean, I was being nice. I wasn't even being a dick to you, but now I'm good.
How are you being nice? You're attacking people on my Discord server.
So, does it affect you? No.
Yes, it does.
Why are you protecting pedophiles but then talking shit about me?
What pedophile am I protecting?
Are you protecting Corbo? This guy's literally making little dolls of little girls.
Yeah, Corbo's not a pedophile.
He's posting lolly porn and he's making little lolly
Zoom,
sexualized
you a
dolls.
pedophile? Does that make you a pedophile?
No, but I'm not the one posting lollies and making little sexualized
Only you.
dolls.
That's true. Okay. Yeah. You just want to see
See the difference? See the difference?
See with your
My
girlfriend.
girlfriend. I know this is difficult for you because you've never actually had sex with a woman. But
Yeah, okay.
my girlfriend was joking and saying I was literally f***ing her in the ass
Yeah,
while she was watching it, calling herself a pedophile.
So you
It
just
was a
fuck
fucking
pedophiles.
joke.
Okay. You just
You know the big difference between that is it was a joke. Your guy's actively making lolly, posting lolly. You want all the logs of him? I noticed you deleted all the logs for your general chat all the way back to September when you was fucking lolly posting little sexualized 12 and 13-year-old lolly girl bent over in sexually suggestive poses with her pussy showing. You got any excuse for that, Flamingo?
You see, the thing is that there's a much more compelling case. You know what, Zoom? I'm actually going to take your advice. I'm going to get rid of the pedophile.
Okay, so are you going to be a hypocrite and kick me because you're a little pussy and you can't take it?
No, I'm just going to kick you because I don't like pedophiles.
Flam and Zoom in this clip continue to argue back and forth.
Done it right away.
Zoom, is the cost of you just leaving me and my fucking little corner of the internet alone to not go on the show? Because I can easily just not go on the show. Okay, so you're gonna leave all of my mods alone. You're gonna leave all my fucking users alone if I just don't go on the kill stream again.
Yes, if you disavow
No,
Ralph,
are you?
kill
No,
someone,
I don't need to disavow. I don't need to disavow shit. I don't need to disavow shit. If that's your fucking problem, then I'll just fucking do it because I do care about my fucking viewers and I don't want you fucking harassing them. So are you going to? Are you?
Here's the doxing question that Zoom allegedly dug up on this Corbo guy. I tracked down a mirror of the video, but the username was White Fox or something. I didn't see Corbo's name unless White Fox Wolf was his old username that he went by online. Just want to put this disclaimer here, this info might not be reliable. Of note, other people in the IBS sphere have called Zoom a pedophile and a liar. I can't verify any of the information he dug up or his claims. The only thing lending some credibility to it all is when confronted about the deleted chat logs, Flam did not deny it. It seems he wised up after his encounter with Zoom and continued to clean up his chat. So far, I've established that Flam has lied at least once, obfuscated the truth, and possibly deletes chat logs, although I can't verify that, and has had problems with Discord mods in the past who have been suspected of being into lolicon or being pedophiles. Now let's take a look at some of Flam's associations. Oh, what a wicked web we weave. Let's start off with Dimitri Monroe.
Well, I gotta ask you about this Dimitri guy that you're involved
Yeah,
with.
let's go to
Apparently he's like a
And then I'll read
groomer.
I have like a bunch of things directed towards Flam, but you go ahead, Ashley.
What's going on with this Dimitri guy?
I have no clue, dude. There's like this guy that keeps on DMing me wanting to talk about Dimitri Monroe apparently like having a relationship with a 17-year-old when he was 20.
Okay.
That's not quite true.
Apparently, from what I can read from skimming the thing that he sent me, the evidence about
bluff.
I'm
There's
not
a lot
about
of
Dimitri. I'm not his own
Right.
phone.
I thought you said
Isn't he a friend
I'm wearing the same shirt, by the way. Exact same shirt.
of the show? Dimitri is.
No, I don't even think I've ever had
I'm
him
pretty
on
sure
screen.
you said he's a friend of the show.
I don't even know. if
I
that's
always
true.
use these lawyer weasel words to try and get out of it. I'm
And,
not
like,
sure. I don't
mutuals with
recall.
him on Twitter. And I watched like Wolf of Wall Street with him and my friend Spooky, and that's pretty much it.
Watch Wolf of Wall Street with him and your friend Spooky.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only conversation I've had with the dude.
I have a video of you saying, if you pull it up, amdimitri.mp4.
I want to see the evidence.
So you say,
So he's already-
no, I mean, I have evidence that you've said he's your friend.
Bro.
Flam says he can't remember calling Dimitri a friend of the show. Well, let's refresh his memory.
Burn for 5 says, are you going to cover Dimitri in chilling a child rapist in cafe? So somebody, for full disclosure, somebody sent me something about Dimitri Monroe, but Dimitri Monroe is a friend of the stream.
Another all-time banger from the kill stream. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. Excuse me. What are you doing?
Wait, so someone sent me something, but he's a friend of the show. Okay.
But he lied to all of us and said, oh, he wasn't a friend of the show.
Okay.
Had no clue.
So who is Dimitri Monroe? Well, he's a femboy YouTuber, someone who Flam said is a friend of the show, so he can't comment on him being a pedophile and a groomer because he would be biased. It's a bizarre statement, and at the very least Flam could say, well, if it's all true, then that's f***ed up. Here's proof Flam was given all the info on this guy and Dimitri's friend, Mr. Cynical, but he wouldn't cover it. The person who brought it to his attention then makes an accusation that Flam is involved with the two of them. We will cover Mr. Cynical last.
Real fast here. We missed one here. Arc Light for $25. Thank you so much.
Whoa.
Saying so happy Gucci's is the new Kino Casino girl. Well done, Goo Bros.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I have to throw her a message, don't I?
Yeah, you'll have to reach out to her.
Yeah.
See the DMs. I think they sent some Keffel stuff to Flam.
And turn on up the volume. I don't know. You turn the fucking volume up on your computer. What the fuck?
And then here's about Mr. Cynical. And Flamenco asks, is it Dimitri? Nah, that's Mr.
Thanks,
Cynical.
Arclight.
Gives him all the information. And then the accusation. Hey, Flam, did Monroe hook you up with those sweet Olivia feet pics you probably love? Well, Flam, Monroe hook you up with the good stuff? Were you sharing with the Germans? Here is yet more proof Flam doesn't want to talk about Dimitri. Now, let's go over Dimitri and what he's done. Dimitri got himself into a bit of trouble recently for some things in his past. Here we see Dimitri getting pressed on conversations he had with a minor back in 2017. It's interesting to note that Dimitri used the same excuse Flam did with the Steam group. Flam said he just adds everyone on Steam. And Dimitri says here, well, I just flirt with everyone I meet. It's almost like there's a pattern emerging with these people. So Dimitri claims age of consent is 16 where he lives, and that April, who is a minor, should have went to the police. Now right here, it's important to note that Dimitri says April lied about them having sex. There's a problem with Dimitri's statement. April was tracked down and never said the two of them ever had sex, but that they were making plans to meet up, but never did. Here's April the minor saying that they never met up, punching a hole in Dimitri's story. Now let's go over those chat logs. Here's April saying that they are underage. Here, Dimitri admits he knows April is underage and that them having sex is illegal. This undermines nearly all of his later alibis and stories that this was an age of consent encounter. Here we see April sending Dimitri a video of herself. No idea if it was sexual or not. More than likely it was, but it's still suspicious nonetheless. April talks with him about eating his cum, and Dimitri says he's down for it. Dimitri and April discuss him dry humping her. Dimitri proposes having her give him a hand job and blow job. Dimitri says he wants to f*** her. Dimitri talks about his cum and April drinking it. Dimitri talks about taking April's virginity. Dimitri talks about wanting to sexually hug her and calls her hot. Here's a discussion about erotically kissing April. Here Dimitri says to the minor, them having sex is bordering on the edge of legality and that sadly we're over statutory. But he probably still would have sex with her anyway. Some sort of video here was exchanged. Again, unsure if it was sexual or not, but it sounds like it was. So here we have Dimitri in DMs contradicting himself multiple times, tripping over himself in desperation, and inadvertently exposing just how weak his alibis and lies are. He says right here at the bottom, there is no ages given in that convo. Let's be clear. But yes, they did say that. My point was it was legal where we lived anyway had anything occurred. Here we have April giving her age, when Dimitri said, oh, no ages were given. Well, here we go. I will get it as soon as possible, but since my family isn't too willing, I'll probably have to do it when I'm 18. Here we have Dimitri lying about his age and changing his age several times, saying that, oh, it's just a 2 or 3 year difference, and changes the story again by saying, well, it was probably 1621 or 1622. This reminds me of Chaggett's 1318, but instead we have 1621. Now, Dimitri is deliberately evasive about his age to avoid being doxxed, but has claimed to be closer to 25 than 24 in 2019. If he was older than 25 in 2019, at the absolute youngest, he was 24 when these messages were exchanged. According to April, she was 16 at the time of these messages, and Dimitri was an adult. While she is unsure of his exact age, even his devoted simp, Kito, has admitted he was around 19 to 21 at the lowest. Here Dimitri says this was a 2-day-long conversation that he doesn't recall, much like how Flam said he couldn't recall certain details about this Steam group he was in. Yet another similarity, I think, between the both of them. It's almost like they're being coached on what to say, like they have some playbook on how to respond to these kinds of allegations. I don't recall, I'm not sure, I don't remember, I cannot comment on this at this time. Seems very political and lawyery, kind of like what PPP was saying. These are more DMs with Dimitri's simp, who was contacted and asked about the logs, and he says, it's just a prank, bro. It was just a friend pretending to be a 16-year-old getting groomed. So funny.
You just got pranked, bro.
The simp continues, bro, these logs are all fake. Trust me, bro. Source? The source is trust me, bro. The simp then relays that Dimitri is sleepy and doesn't want to deal with grooming allegations right now. He'll talk about it later. Oh, he's so sleepy. Time for sleepy sweepy. In case you need further proof that this person is a sick that should be gassed, here's Dimitri's stance on f***ing your sister in real life. Cool video. Also, why do you condone in real life incest?
This is a guy that Flamenco was still friends with, knowing all of this until yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, he knew it all. Defended this guy. He's a friend of the show. It's just, what's the motivation to defend these people, right? It just seems like they're all tied in together in a weird fucking pedophile cabal. I think that's what's going on. And I think that's why a lot of the people that are bringing up information like this conveniently are deleting their accounts or deleting videos, because they're getting threatened by Pedmenko's fucking weirdo Jannies and God only knows who he's connected to at Kiwi Farms and shit like this. I think there's a lot more that will come out about this stuff if they're not able to fucking silence it, to be honest. It's pretty fucked. Nothing to see here, guys. Just lots of pedophiles that Flam defends and is friends with, and he also looked at fucking Shotokan and whacks it to it.
It's just they don't like people.
Nothing to see here, guys. No, their whole defense, it's all, and I see them in chat too. They're like, "Oh, it's just drawings, bro." It doesn't stop. It's just fucking drawings.
It doesn't matter. The drawings are fucking gross as fuck, dude. Like,
well, but no, it's not illegal, so it's okay.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, lolly is fucking gross and disgusting and fucking gross. It's awful. Oh, it's just drawings of children. Like when they go, oh, there's actually a 4,000-year-old vampire. Are you jerking off to her because she's 4,000 or because she looks like she's 14? You know? It was like when me and fucking Dick Masterson had that fucking stupid debate. Remember on Killstream?
Oh, I know.
About like, yeah.
Sister is hot.
Wait, was it? Yeah, with me and Dick Masterson had the debate on Lolly, and then me and Mr. Girl had the debate on fucking cuties. That's what it was, yeah. And then fucking Dick Masterson's like, it's free speech. It's like, you know what? Like, fuck that shit.
Dumb question. Here we have Dimitri following an artist who traces softcore real CP for his work, which is illegal, or at least they used to in the past, and has said on record that being called a pedophile is a compliment. It's also worth noting that Dimitri is mutuals with someone who has looked at real CP and who has admitted to doing so. Here's an archive of their tweet admitting to looking at real CP, and they're asking you for forgiveness. Well, it's going to be hard to forgive Dimitri's friend because his mutual traded CP of his own f***ing sister. Want to fap to pics of my 12-year-old sister? That would be nice. Lastly, here's a photo of Dimitri
though, right,
and a bunch of
I didn't drop the ball on those debates. I fucking won both. What are you talking about? Noises?
Well, I think
Cap
they
post
lost
talking
by
about LOL.
by their
Yeah,
position.
you didn't.
Regardless
yeah.
if Andy literally shit his pants and banged his head off the fucking table, he still won by virtue of the fact he wasn't defending Lolicon.
I did an awesome job.
Pedos, and wanting to f*** your sister yet again. You know, just totally normal shit. After learning about all of this, there's really only one thing I'd like to say to you, Dimitri.
You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you.
Now, Flam was told about all of this, and he was, and likely still is, friends with Dimitri on Discord. Also, something interesting to note is that Dimitri used a weird black and white photograph, much like the German Steam group. Seems like a strange coincidence, worth pointing out. Here we can see people are typing in the codes, and, oh look, they're still friends with each other. Oh, look at that. Now, to be fair here, by all accounts, Dimitri appears to be very loosely connected to Flamenco. But there's one person Dimitri is connected to that Flam did say was his friend. This is the person who introduced him to Dimitri. And that person is Spooky Weeb Trash. This is Spooky Weeb Trash, yet another YouTuber and close friend of Flamenco. It's important to note she's also close friends with Dimitri Monroe. She appears to be into Lolicon, and I have some posts that make me suspect she's into Lolly. Here we can see Spooky saying in 2020 that she likes Lolicon characters. No one besides Aunties thinks Ling Ling looks like a lolly. That's an interesting word. Aunties.
Very poor choice of words.
Noel, the owner and operator of Kiwi Farms, had something to say about Spooky using the word aunties. He has never seen the word aunties used in the context she was using, except on 9chan when pedos would refer to anyone who wasn't a pedo as an auntie. As an example of this, here we have Dimitri, Spooky's good friend, the groomer pedo, using the same word aunties to describe people who are against Lolicon.
Wait, Spooky's friends with Dimitri still?
Sure, yeah.
Is she still?
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know 100% for sure, to be honest with you.
I really hope not.
Because the intricacies of this, it's a bunch of fucking weird, like, nobody fucking anime people that are all fucking degenerate and weird. Like, it's... I don't know, man. I really don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Like Spooky,
because
I know her from back in the day. And she's Gator's,
Flam only cleared this guy off. Yeah, she's like Gator's co-host, right, on the Boomers podcast.
Has she responded about this at all?
I honestly don't fucking know.
Nick DeOreo weighed in on Spooky. Now, I don't like Nick DeOreo. In fact, I think he needs to lay off the Oreos. But he responded to Spooky's lolly posting saying, I don't know how else to say it, but I just find your stance on depictions of minors disgusting. There is no discourse. I just think you're creepy, and I wanted to unfollow when I saw you're one of those people who regularly regurgitate generic lolicon talking points. Well, I hope you're enjoying our trip into hell so far. Now abandon all hope, ye who have entered, because we still got some more digging to do. Next up, Flam's f***ed up associations is none other than Aydin Paladin. And no, we're not going to be palling around with this sicko.
Wait, Aydin Paladin? What?
Paladin is a YouTuber with quite a big following.
It's a wide web, the Pedmenko conspiracy. There's many people involved in this. A lot of interests that all align to silence the truth about Pedmenko.
Streams with Flamenco and Gator. And recently, you can find her lurking in Flam's chat from time to time. Oh, and what a surprise! She's into Lolicon and Shotacon!
What?
Now, the streams that Aydin did with Flam and Gator no longer exist, but I have the URLs that show she has been on streams with Flamenco, and she's done so on more than just one occasion. Here's the link of Flamenco's stream right there. You can see the dead URL. Here is the stream she did with Gator. Now, Flamenco talked about the lost stream he did with Aydin, saying she got pissed drunk and said she wanted to f*** him and Gator at Knoxville. In this clip, Aydin accidentally opens a tab that has Lolicon and Shotacon porn. The art depicts little children that can't be more than 5 to 8 years old.
Wait. I'm gonna hide this screen for a sec. I'm sure he censored it, but... Okay, he did censor...
She's not naked. She's wearing a shirt.
No, the image that was gonna pop up. But he censored it. I'm sure he did, but I was just double checking.
Nice porn, right?
You know, I'm starting to believe Noel when he says that these people like to hide in plain sight, because that's honestly the impression I get from this clip. Whoopsie, oh dear me, did I have a porn tab open? Tee, sorry about that, XD. Here's the tags for that comic Aydin had on her screen. It's some real nasty, sick shit. Here we can see Aydin posting lolly jokes on her Twitter. She made this infamous comic strip into an ANCAP joke. Aydin is also an alcoholic with BPD, who, no surprise here, was molested as a child. I know, it's shocking. Here's a post from 4chan, a website where Aydin would self-promote and post her tits.
Let me pause for 1 sec.
Yeah.
Let me just go over to my Twitter.
Okay.
Aydin Paladin. I'm gonna probably do an unfollow there.
It might be wise.
You just saw what I just did there.
I don't think I was following her to begin with.
Me and her, we had some beef for a bit, and then we like talked once like 4 months ago. She was on whose show? I can't even remember whose show. And then, it was when I was watching the bowling event on Flamenco's stream. And then I followed her back, and we followed each other. What the f***? Mom! Okay, we're going back to this. Oh my god. The f***.
You know it's bad when 4chan is calling you out for being a sick degenerate. Now, I'm not going to bore you with all of the details on Aydin, but based on what you've seen, it's safe to say she's a sick that likely has predilections for real kids. She's also an alcoholic with mental issues. No surprise. Now, most of you are probably thinking, how can this get any worse?
No.
But at least now it can't get much worse.
No.
But it did get worse.
It's about to get even worse. They say to save the best for last, but in this case, the last is the
this fucking Vito now?
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Worst. Before we get into the horrifying
god.
Grand finale that is the last link in this f***ed up chain, let's take a little detour and look at Flam's bizarre connection to Vito the Pedo and Max Carson, also known as Mr. Girl. The clip I'm about to show comes from Flam's drunk stream. Some people are calling it the Flam Pill stream, where Flam got drunk and decided to watch Josh's Mad at the Internet show because there was a segment that featured him. During Flam's now deleted stream, Flam lost his shit and made very suspect statements. In this clip, Flam says Mr. Girl isn't a pedophile, even though he wrote a song called I Am a Pedophile.
Mr. Girl, whatever. Mr. Girl, again, I don't think is actually a pedophile. I think he is saying, when he's talking about his Cuties thing, is that Cuties was trying to elicit a sexual response from like all these like
shut up, base red pill
or whatever, and that it
lolicon is kind of base. Not gonna like fuck it. Just
I'm actually gonna ban him. Red Tail for 20. This is like jacking off to gay sex drawings all day, but claiming to be straight. 100%. And Kylan for 10 just leaves no message. And the people who are like guilt by association. Listen, when every one of your associations is a weird fucking pedophile and you defend them all, and then there's like you're caught in like weird pedophile groups, and you know you've admitted to looking at Shotokan, like. Listen, at a certain fucking point, you can't give him the benefit of the doubt anymore.
Honestly, at a certain point, you're just like, you know what,
where
bro?
It's like, listen, buddy, like, you're fucked. Like,
yeah. At a certain point, you're just like, okay, you know, no.
Like, he felt that way or whatever. Again, it's gross, and I don't understand it fully, because I don't think I would get the same reaction to watching Cuties or whatever, but I think that's what Cuties was actually going for. And it's to make
make another account
with your physical response or whatever.
Luckily,
I haven't watched Cuties, though, so I don't know.
Twitter.
Take that L Flam? I don't know.
For Max Carson.
Again, I kind of think that Null's position with whether or not you'll call somebody a pedophile is pretty good. I don't think I would shoot Vito or Mr. Girl and sleep well at night.
Against
I would.
And he says this, having basic empathy for.
What did he say? Sorry, I missed that last line.
Yeah, he said that he couldn't shoot Vito or Mr. Girl in the head and feel good at night.
Well,
I mean, I could.
Well, legally.
Well, if I had the legal
For those of you who
right
don't know
to
who this guy is,
execute them, I would.
He's another
I
YouTuber
don't.
who is definitely a pedophile. He is a Cuties defender, and Cuties was rightfully lampooned by most people as disgusting and vile for how it sexualized young children. Mr. Girl here has been an advocate.
Like how anyone fucking got this guy to like stardom basically is beyond me. Like I thought he was like fucking dead in the water. He basically, remember when I got him I got him into like that phrase saying, I don't even want to repeat it because I don't want to be clipped, but about like, you would be like you're just upset that
you'd be turned on or
something like that.
He's just a dirty, slimy piece of fucking shit. He's a disgusting person that flaunts his pedophilia openly. He's so disgusting that even Vosh had to shut it the fuck down.
Yeah.
Even Vosh was like, this is a bit too pedophile for me.
Remember about the underwear? He was saying something about underwear, and even Vosh was like, he like hung up and was like, no.
Oh, but Flamenco has lower standards than Vosh. He likes to come at Xander Hall and Vosh, but they wouldn't associate with fucking Mr. Girl. Like, I don't know. At least they have some level of fucking standards somewhere. Or at least they have the fucking decency to not just be out in the open with their advocacy for this shit.
And he tries to, like, I don't even know how the fuck people still, like, it's not even platform him. I get it if you're debating this type of topic, but they just have him on panels now. Like, Destiny and all this stuff.
He's just one of the crew.
He's one of the guys.
Oh, he's just one of the guys that comes in from time to time. No, like, he shouldn't be allowed anywhere. He shouldn't be allowed in society. Like, he should fucking really be in jail.
Yeah.
My honest to God opinion. Oh, but you're criminalizing his thoughts.
Oh,
his thoughts,
yeah. Well,
his thoughts are evil. His thoughts are evil.
Well, people go, oh, he's trolling or whatever. It's like, okay, let's say, hypothetically, he's trolling. I don't think he is trolling. I think he is actually a pedophile. But let's say hypothetically, he says his jokes or whatever, in people's opinion, because he's trolling, with such conviction and with points that he believes are right, that other people who are pedophiles or have these thoughts or want excuses to be pedophiles fucking are, they're attracted to him.
I wonder why this video had to go, by the way. Seems like, Flam didn't want people to see it. And he pressured Paulie. Now, Paulie swears up and down that's not the case. But if I was being threatened and I was intimidated by Flamenco and his pedophile cabal, I probably also would say that. I'd be like, yeah, I wasn't sure about that. No, he researched this very well. And they're just trying to gaslight him now into that little fragments of like one DM Dimitri fucking say, oh, this is actually fake. No. Like it just can't all be fake. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. The way they're trying to gaslight Paulie and gaslight you into thinking this is all 100% innocent and above board. It's absolutely not.
Look, there was already enough, let's say about that, like the whole lolly stuff and the Shotacon stuff. There was enough that I already distanced myself, even though our stream was a flop or whatever, and people were mad at us, right? I still, as you know, distance myself. I'm like, I don't even want to be a part of this. Like, there's smoke somewhere. Unfortunately, we didn't have all the evidence. People were mad at us, but I don't even want to be part of this. This is like, look, even like I want people to understand, even the lolly stuff is fucked to me. And I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to be us knowing people.
Who wants to be associated
None.
with it? Does Augie want to fucking deal with this shit?
No.
Does Nicholas Dorio want to? And it's the thing is like, Flam doesn't want them to see this shit. That's why he's pressed Paulie to take it down. But I had it archived because I had a feeling that this was going to happen. And I reached out to Paulie and he swears up and down. But when you look at the videos that he was putting out, like he seemed like frantic and fucking scared. When he was like, I don't know, should I delete this? I don't know, I'm being gaslit, I'm being obfuscated. Like, I think he was right on the money with what he's doing here.
Here's the thing, I'll say what happened.
He was like, well, I don't have a smoking gun of drone footage of him molesting children.
It doesn't matter.
Like,
you don't have to.
We don't need that.
Well,
like, he's a creep.
But
he's a fucking weirdo.
Here's the thing: is you don't have to say, "Oh, he's a pedophile." You could say, "Everything I've seen sickens me, and I don't want to be part of it." Like, that could be like the end of that. Like, I don't know why it needs to be 4K drone footage of him fucking a child. It's just like
I don't know.
The lolicon, shotacon, the lies, the associations, all this stuff. If you want to hang out with Flamenco, do it, but just I don't want to be part of it. No, you don't want to be part of it. Chat here doesn't want to be part of it, right? That's how simple it is. And here's the thing is, people like Polyfrog or all these dudes, I don't think they're being like threatened per se, but the amount of pressure it takes to be fucking like shit on by people or DM'd or questioned. You and I deal with it every fucking day. Look at our own fucking chat, okay?
Yeah.
But we are so used to the fucking craziness of online that for us it's like it's over our head, right? I mean, I'll joke and scream at chat or whatever, or we'll make fun of them or something, just whatever. But some people just don't want to even be fucking around that stuff. They're like, oh, it's too much pressure. We've been through immense pressure over and over, so we could be like, I don't give a fuck. Someone's gonna DM me like, what are you doing? What are you saying about Flam? And be like, listen, we played the fucking video. It's fucked up. Fuck you. Suck my balls. That's why we can take it.
We're covering for him. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm really sure. I've had feelings. I've had suspicion. And listen, I think it's just confirmed that he's a weird, fucking greasy guy. You know, I have no problem like taking Flam out behind the woodshed and
nah.
I would have zero issue with that. I just think he's
home his hair. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's keep playing.
A defender of the film. Hear his thoughts on it right here.
It's a solid film. It's a good movie. Definitely better than most movies. They're pretty hot. You know, you can say whatever you want about me. It's not my fault. I didn't make them do that. They did that.
He thinks young, prepubescent children are attractive. Now in this clip, Mr. Girl claims the reason people are outraged by the film is not because of how it sexualized young children, but because men were turned on by the children and became angry with themselves. Real sick, twisted shit.
I think it's some kind of a gray area, but I think a lot of the disturbed reaction to this is that people are not comfortable with being turned on by kids. I think that is part of why people are freaked out. I think
I was not turned on. By the way, I was not turned on by the kids.
I think that
0%.
I think your average man, faced with this question, let's say you had a robot that looked exactly like one of these kids, okay, and it's going to give you a lap dance.
No,
no, hang on.
No.
If you don't get a boner, you get $1 million. But if you do, you die. You're saying you would take that bet? I don't think so. I think most people wouldn't, because on some level, you know, they're kind of attractive.
It's
disturbing.
Okay, this is a hard left. What the hell?
You don't want it to be true, but
yeah, I remember he was being like chill for a while, and that was like the, wait, are you joking? Like I was like, wait, what? That was like the holy.
They always come up with these super contrived. I saw it with the Norwegian pedophile. These super contrived, weird tests about who's fucking like, oh, but if you had to rape either a child or an animal, what would you do? You know, and shit like this. They always have these weird fucking like hypothetical situations to show. Oh no,
you're a robot. It's a robot. It's not really a kid. If you fucking like spoke to someone or hung out with like a buddy, and you found like a sex doll, like child size, what goes through your head? Oh, it's not a real kid. No, you run. You tell people this guy's fucked. I hate this whole like, well, it's not real. Yeah, but it's still the fantasy. It's the idea. What the fuck is? Someone goes, it's never a robot. You know, that's what like the pedophile or lolicon stuff. It's like, well, I don't jerk off to real kids, but you jerk off to someone who drew kids.
And I'll just say this, for the people out there that do defend the Norwegian pedophile, the day is coming for you.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that you defend the Norwegian pedophile that got somebody to fucking kill themselves, which was f***ed. And if you continue to defend the Norwegian pedophile, like, I'm telling you, it's not a fucking good day for you.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
Anyway.
And there was one more point I wanted to make. Fuck. I'll try to think of it.
But it is.
Not only does Flam go on to defend Mr. Girl, but he then defends Vito, saying that Vito's just posting all the pedo shit for attention. And he also says in this clip, it's okay if you're a pedophile, as long as you're getting help.
Stupid defense on Twitter.
Take that L, Flam? I don't know.
for Max Carth.
Again, I kind of think that Null's position with whether or not you'll call somebody a pedophile is pretty good. I don't think I would shoot Vito or Mr. Girl and sleep well at night.
Against Keemstar, and he says this: having basic empathy for not offending pedophiles will ultimately lead to less child abuse. The fact that it takes as controversial as a sad reminder that we still live in.
Again, right here, having not basic empathy for not offending pedophiles will ultimately lead to less child abuse. What I read this as, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, what I read this as is, if you are a person that is attracted to children, but you go and you seek help and you remove yourself from any position that possibly endangers children or puts you in a position to abuse children, I'm okay with that.
Can we rewind that?
Wait, hang on.
What did he say?
Our stream that we did versus Flamenco should have just had this one clip. You hit play, end of stream, bye. Like that's what it should. That should have been.
It was a total fucking gong
show. The whole Steam thing, the whole this, the whole that, all that bullshit. I don't give a fuck. This alone is. What? That's why, like, the Mr. Girl thing, it shocked me when he said that. In my mind, I'm like, oh, it's over, it's done, I win. He'll be now thrown away by the community. Apparently not. And this one line, it's like, what the fuck? You're okay with what? And you're defending Vito, talking about, and Vito. Everyone's like, oh, Vito, he's a troll. He wants attention. When literally everything you talk about is pedophilia, that's f***ed, buddy.
Okay with that. If you are a person that's like that and you're seeking help and you're taking active measures to be like, you know what? I have this weird sickness. I don't know what's going on, and I'm going to remove myself so I don't be put in a position where I can hurt children. That part right there is fine. That part right there is fine. I don't know. Flam, just stop talking. Okay.
Yeah.
Even his own chat was just like, dude, like, just chill the like, stop. Holy fuck. Can we just say, like, fucking kids is wrong. You shouldn't be attracted to kids, and jerking off to lolicons fucked up. Like,
the issue is, and why Flam still has viewers and has an audience, is because there's a lot of people out there like Flamenco. All these anime profile picture fucking degenerates that are all into it. They ironically defend pedophilia and lolicon. They're the people that watch this shit. Normal people don't watch people like Flamenco because they get fucking weirded out and sussed out immediately. Okay? Even people who are fucking like, I'm not a completely normal fucking person by any means. But let me tell you, I have no interest in watching Flamenco because you can just tell from the moment jump when you talk to him, he's a fucking creepy weirdo. Creep. When you look at him and you look at his physiognomy, you know he's a creep. Okay? You look at pedophile or groomer in the dictionary, I is going to look a lot like Flam. I'm just saying. So he can sit here and, oh, you know, there's no direct evidence. Listen, buddy, I don't need 4K drone footage. Okay? I'm listening to this shit.
Now Flam is sending me a fucking thing saying I'm cool with me, and I was telling him, yo, dude, I spent 30 minutes defending him after the show, right? I'm gonna read this out because he's gonna like leak it or whatever, and I did because honestly,
Flamenco, you're in chat. Listen,
here's the thing: is wait, I want to explain this. I want to explain this. The thing was, you guys botched it. There was no evidence. No one told me to pop things up. So I told him, hey, dude, like, this is f***ed up. Like, if they are accusing you of a pedo, I didn't say you were a pedo. And he goes, no, it's all good, right? And then, okay, I'm like, play it by ear or whatever and see what's up. Flamenco, I backed you up for weeks while being yelled at by my chat because I didn't see any evidence. That's what happened there. Now what I'm seeing here is fucked up. Now that I see the evidence actually laid out in front of me. So don't act like, oh, I knew all this and defended you because I told my fucking chat and I got shit for it.
Here's what's amazing, right? If there's nothing to see here, he's totally innocent. Why is he in the chat trying to defend himself? Why are his moderators in the chat trying to run damage control for him? Why are all these people I've never seen in the chat before with anime profile pictures come in defending Lolicon? Seems like you're running an awful lot of damage control for something that's a nothing burger, and it seems like people are being silenced. And listen, Flam, like doxing, contacting people's parents, that's not beyond Flam. He threatened to do it to Xanderhall publicly. So what do you think's going on behind closed doors? What do you think is actually fucking happening here? Use your fucking brains.
Yeah.
Like,
I
didn't fucking cry, but
I fucking gave him the benefit of the doubt. Everyone here knows that. I did. And I messaged him, hey man, I backed you up. I was trying to be fair. And I said the Dimitri thing that was like the fucked up thing, and that's what I think I attacked him. But the pedo accusations, I'm like, nah, I had your back. I did have his back. It was public. Completely. I DM'd him right after the show. But now all this shit's coming out. You're still friends with Dimitri after this, that, the other. And now you're like, what? You're trying to say, like, I saw this and backed you up? I messaged you the fucking day after, and I did defend you on that day. Because it was a botched fucking interview that you guys did. No offense, but whatever. It's all over now. Who cares? Our chat was fucking 67% was on Flamenco's side. Remember how many subs we lost? Like 800
we
subs?
Lost, well, it was like 300. But
or 400.
We lost like, well, in total, between that, the power chat, we lost about 400. I think Flams, though, lost like thousands of subscribers over his shit. So he really can't fucking say anything anymore. The guy is a fucking disgusting fucking weirdo. And I know he is fucking doing some weird, shady shit behind the scenes. And the gay ops with Flam are off the fucking charts. Off the fucking charts. We will do another poll on whether he's guilty or innocent, but I want to play through this whole fucking thing. Because I want people to see what's in this. What had to be swept up because Flam didn't want you to see it. Because that's what happened. If we're being fucking real, that is what happened. And the question is, like, there's talk of, are Kiwi Farms posts being hidden? Is stuff being purged? I wouldn't be surprised, because the sort of people that get to be mods on Kiwi Farms are the same sort of people that are flamenco fans. Like, let's get real. So I have no clue, but I think there's some shady shit afoot. I really do.
Yeah, I'm gonna remove him off my Discord. I've said my piece on that. I said, you heard me. I had your back because the stream was botched, but all this shit is fucked. That's all I can say, Flam. And by the way, a fucking there. Okay, he's off my Discord. Block. Fuck off. Like, honestly, like, dude, if you want to watch your lolly do all this weird shit, like, you do you. I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to be involved. I think it's sick and disgusting. But don't try to act like I'm cool with you watching lolly or whatever. Okay? And I never even once said you f***ed a kid or you're a pedophile. Even in this stream. Ashton, well, now it's very, I mean, the eyebrows are raising, but I personally think that Shotokan and Lolicon and all that bullshit is f***ing disgusting, and to me, it's pedophilia. I don't know what to say. Like, it's pedophilia. Like, maybe it's not the literal dictionary. Oh, the dictionary term says that, you know, it has to be a real kid. No, but in my brain, you fucking watching kids or this or that or the drawings, to me, it's pedophilia. So that's it. Anyway, that's my point.
Let's continue.
Out of here. Hang on. Don't fucking message me on Discord, Flam. We're fucking done, dude. Like, just honestly. And by the way, you fucking lied to us. You lied to me about the whole being friends with Tux and banning him. You lied about banning him. You lied about fucking not being friends with fucking Dimitri.
He wasn't a friend of the show, we were told right to our faces. But he knew right well there was a clip out there that directly contradicted him. The only thing that saved Flam was our own incompetence, which we have to own up to, and I have owned up to on several occasions. It's just when me and Godwin's fucking spurred, like, and it's open and shut case, which it really is. It is an open and shut case. And the reality of it is Flamenco is fucking coping and seething fucking big time.
No, but
because he knows he's fucked.
But here's the thing is, he lied to us about that shit, right? About the fucking tux thing and this and that and the other. And then he spent...
Oh, well, he lied about the pegging stuff. Remember, he lied to my face initially about wanting to get pegged. Then he admitted, yeah, he wanted to get pegged. He lies about everything constantly. Lies by omission, lies by obfuscation, outright fucking lies that can be contradicted by evidence. But we're supposed to believe whatever story it changes to now. Whatever the line of defense is now. It's just the goalposts keep moving and moving and moving with him. And I just don't have the patience for it.
No, I'm done with it.
I just don't have the patience for it. Like, it's...
And
it's just, like, I have
No, hang on. Someone said Worski had the info given to him. No, I didn't. I came home from the fucking gym. I sat down, and I did a fucking show that I wasn't even prepared for. No one said, open this. No one said, open this. Da, da, da. They hadn't even the mega thing, but there was like a million things in it, and no one said, open up anything. Our chat was pissed at us. What, am I going to do research during the fucking show when this is happening? Fuck off.
I just have no interest in having this guy lie to my face again.
Well,
I'll be honest.
Well, he fucking...
do you know every intricate detail of my Discord server? Because if not, then I'm innocent. No, bud. Like, no.
No, but
we're not playing. We're not playing this game anymore.
Yeah,
Flam.
But he lied to us.
We're not playing the trilogy.
He lied to us and then spent every single day fucking raiding our chat, dislike bombing us, talking shit for like weeks, and gaslighting us, making us feel like, well, okay, maybe we were wrong, maybe we did fuck up. It's over now. That's my opinion on it. Dude, I don't care anymore. Figure it out, dude, okay? You talk shit about us and said we were lying in this when it turns out you were lying the whole time. Like, okay, fuck off, dude. That's it. Cool.
Aydin Paladin says, what does non-offending mean? Never touch a kid, never look at CP. If you're into kids, there's only one solution. To which Vito says, non-offending means we understand breaking the existing laws is a no-no.
As long as Vito is taking precautions, like necessary precautions to remove himself from being anywhere near children, good for him.
We understand, inclusive.
When you have kids, you'll understand? Yeah, probably. I don't know. Fair enough. If I don't have kids, I don't... Listen, I can't... Whatever.
Then someone says, quote-unquote, we, and he says we, period. So him, Max Carson, definitely pedophiles, passes the test. I would shoot both of them, and I would sleep like a fucking baby. I would sleep better after shooting them than I did before
shooting. I'm lying? You know how many DMs I get a fucking day? Do you think I have to read it? I have to open up every fucking DM and see thousands of things?
I don't know, man.
Anyway, he's just trying to be
let's just,
I don't even see the student chat before.
I just am not going to deal with the derailments.
Vito,
let's just play this.
Yeah.
Is like a person who is just only happy when he is in the hot seat, when he has like negative attention on him. Vito definitely needs help, but like I don't know.
And Kaylin, thank you for the 10. Appreciate it. Love you. Appreciate the support.
I don't know. Maybe I'm having like a fucking take or whatever, but I don't know.
And then Flamenco's just hanging out in the chat like, hey guys, I'm also being called a pedophile. Is this the club that we're...
Listen, if Vito or Mr. Girl, especially Mr. Girl, after saying that he was attracted to cutie, says, oh, by the way, I just got a position at a daycare or whatever, I'd be fucking alarmed. All right? I would not be comfortable. I would not be happy with this situation. I would not be comfortable with the situation at all. All right? Like, I don't know. That's like the best way for me to explain it. I don't know.
Where we hang out it?
Listen, I just don't feel comfortable with assigning a death sentence to people with like pre-crime or some shit. I don't know.
We're being called pedophiles, and the only person who has, because Ralph did a thing about this, and he manages to make it all about Jim, which is just stupid and joyless. The only person who had a correct take on this was Keemstar, who said this.
Every time I see these stupid debates, you're 2 seconds to be talking about, well,
what's your view,
okay or some shit. My view is you're all weird. Off.
By the way, this is the post that's being mentioned by Josh, who Flam is watching on stream. Non-defending means that we understand breaking the existing laws is a no-no. Here, Flam defends Vito some more, saying he's just an attention whore, guys.
I'm gonna say this already, because like at some point I'll probably be inside like another conversation that has Mr. Girl or whatever. Dude, I don't care. I legit do not care, okay? I do not care if I'm on a live stream with another person that people have issue with. I genuinely do not give a shit. I genuinely do not give a shit. Now, Mr. Girl is weird, and he says really fucking weird shit, and I don't fully trust him. Vito, on the other hand, is just a fucking contrarian attention whore. He is nothing but a person who seeks to go and, like, rile up people because they have heartfelt beliefs on certain things. That is the only purpose that Vito has. It is 100% contrarian. He is 100% trying to get a rise out of people. That is 100% his MO for every single fucking interaction that he has that goes against the grain. Again, don't...
Yep.
There's no possibility in Flam's mind he could be trying to shift the Overton window to make pedophilia just jokes, bro, or more socially acceptable. That doesn't occur to him. Even though I know for a fact he's heard that argument probably like a million fucking times. Yeah. No, it's just he's being contrarian. He's just being a troll, guys.
Okay, I don't know.
Called I Am a Pedophile, and he just hangs out with these people. And it's like, I can't give you any more benefit of a doubt, bro. I just can't. I can't associate with someone who's going to associate with open pedophiles.
Again, Josh, I don't care if you associate with me, dude. I already know. I watch anime. I'm already tainted in your eyes. It's whatever, dude. You can whatever. It's fine. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. I genuinely don't care. Isn't that an old stream? That stream is like 2 months old. That stream is something that Augie invited me on to because he was going on to the thing that had Link and Mr. Girl talking about whether or not porn is an addiction. And the important thing to kind of understand about that is Mr. Girl was getting kind of irritated with me because I wasn't like fully embracing lolicon shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, you know what? If a character is stated to be like 15 years old in that, like I feel a little bit different with the work. I feel a little bit different with what I'm looking at. If it's explicitly stated, that's a little weird. That's a little odd. I don't look at it the same way. And it feels weird. I don't know.
In this clip, Flam defends ironic pedo posting, saying it's not actually pedophilia, it's just jokes and irony, bro.
So it very much was.
Because if you don't remember, Vito had this
contrarian pedo posting is still pedo posting. No, it really fucking isn't. It really isn't. Vito is not saying that he's a pedophile in this. Vito is just like, oh, I want to fucking hold up my devil's advocate type thing for Mr. Girl or whatever. Mr. Girl, again, I don't think is actually a pedophile. I think he is saying when he's talking about his cuties thing is that cuties was trying to elicit a sexual response from like all these like naked, like half naked tweens or whatever, and that it like he felt that way or whatever.
As the stream drags on, Flam starts to get angry and then has a huge meltdown.
Remember that he held back from calling Tux a pedo. Well, I don't know. He seemed to have a soft spot for his friend because he...
It's not even a soft spot for a friend. Like, Tux wasn't that deep of a friend. I was, like, friendly to him. And it's just like, yeah, you know what? Tux is a degenerate. Tux, like, had extremely inappropriate shit with his sister. But guess what? Tux was also, like, 14 and his sister was, like, 12. He's not a pedophile. He's just a degenerate. I don't want anything to do with him, but I also don't want him to kill himself. I hope he gets help, and that's it. Like, I don't know. And saying that shit is like, oh, why are you throwing up such a shield for Tux? It's like, oh my god, f off, dude.
What happened?
Knew Tux, and he knew some other guy vaguely. He's like a friend of the show, some Discord guy who's like a lolicon on Twitter or something. Dimitri. And it's like, yeah, I mean, it is on one hand, it's poor show to like say, oh well.
Dimitri's like some fucking weird edgy poster on Twitter and shit. I don't fucking care about Dimitri, dude. I've talked to Dimitri like 2 times or whatever, and it's just like, oh, you need to like talk about this guy, dude. Okay, you know what? I don't talk about pedophile shit even if it's somebody I don't know. Even with the Keffel shit, I'm like, you know what? Keffels was like, you know, in moderation position of this, and it was like really sauce. That's it. I'm not gonna call him a pedophile, and this person hates me. I don't care.
You know, you're guilty by association. You're friends with Max Carson, so that makes you a pedophile. But on the other hand, you can't be judged by the company that you keep.
Yeah, if I'm like doing like if I'm constantly in group chats with Mr. Girl and Vito, I'm like constantly talking. It's like, hey guys, how was your day? How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Oh, and we're exchanging notes and all that shit. We're constantly on. No, I was on one stream. That's not an indication that I'm like co-signing every single thing these people have ever fucking done in their entire lives. It's such a take, dude.
You know, it's different. There's a difference between like having somebody on your show to like talk to them and figure out what they're about. But then at a certain point, you should be like, oh, I figured out what you're about, and you're a menace, and I don't want anything to do with you. It's like I don't understand how that's.
And that's what I said about Tux. That's what I said about Tux. Because Tux admitted to touching his sister. That's the reason. Did Mr. Girl ever say that he touched the kid or touched his sister? Did Vito ever say he touched the kid or touched his sister? No, that's a threshold.
I don't know. Like there's nuance to it. People can't.
Oh, hey there, kids. It's time for the shameless shekel shakedown.
Let him talk for a minute. It's not going where you think for the most part. Calm down.
Flam later in the stream has a friend join him in a call. His friend tries in vain to get Flam to ban Vito from his chat, but it's like pulling teeth.
Wasn't Ricada on a panel with Mr. Girl? So what, is he guilty by association? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
I don't believe in guilt by association.
I'm not even saying I want to do content with Vito. That's like the fucking weird thing. It's like, oh, he needs to be banned from your chat. I don't know.
I'm saying, like, yeah, I'm just saying,
everyone hates him and he's annoying in chat. He adds like nothing. He's just annoying.
I know he's annoying. I know he's annoying, but like being annoying, I don't know.
And we've banned annoying people before. People have gotten banned for being annoying. So
that's true.
It seems right. It seems right to ban Vito. He's not funny. He's just annoying. Didn't laugh. He sucks.
It's time for the
Everyone
shameless
hates him.
shakedown.
By Vito.
Are you not into trends?
And it looks like almost 70% are saying ban Vito. That's about the same as the PPP poll a few days ago when they asked if you were a pedophile. 70% said no, you weren't. So
yeah,
I think it's fair to ban Vito at this point because Vito sucks. And he has nothing. Yeah, I personally, I don't fault you for like going on random streams and he's just there. Like I think that's ridiculous. He was trying to say like you were being like friends with him too. That's just wrong. That's not what you were doing.
Oh hey there, kids! It's time for the
like there's some obvious stuff Josh was just wrong about, but I do agree with him that Mr. Girl and Vito genuinely suck. There's no redeeming qualities to them. I wish they. I will say that the needless instigation of like just utter chaos in the chat and constantly causing people to like get mad is like a viable reason to get rid of them. I will concede on that. That is like 100% a reason why to go through that. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I think with Vito specifically, if he constantly instigates on chat and constantly like, well, no, I never said this, I never said that, or whatever. Like like at a certain point, if he starts like causing enough like autism to the point that the chat is like constantly going on in that, I think that might actually be a viable reason to ban it.
Yeah.
Whereas like if like I'm on a Stardust thing and Stardust has Mr. Girl on, I'm not gonna like, oh, I can't be associated with this or whatever. Like I'm not agreeing with Mr. Girl. I'm not like constantly like, you know, ball lapping Mr. Girl or anything like that. I don't know. I'm not gonna be a slave to like what people who already are predisposed to hating me already think. You know what I mean? But like,
now, it wouldn't be such a shock if it was just a one-off thing. You could chalk it up to a bad take. But in an older clip, Flam defended Vito again by saying he's not a pedo, but just a pedo apologist.
Magic potion because I'm using magic so much in this fight.
Isn't that still bad?
Well, obviously, it's really bad. It's really.
I don't think Vito is a pedophile. I don't think that Vito's a pedophile at all. Apologist maybe, but he's just kind of a libertarian spurg. I don't know. I don't hate Vito. He's a little bit of an attention whore, but he's fine. To me anyway.
Flam, a pedo apologist is just as bad as a pedo. What was he thinking? Flam has doubled down on his bad takes, has defended Vito and Mr. Girl more than once, and says he doesn't care if he's on streams with these people in the future. Let me just say, no, Flam, you absolutely should care, and you shouldn't want anything to do with any of these people. I will never be on a stream with any of these people, and if I ever see any of these people in my chat, I'm going to ban them immediately. Now, before we get into the last story in connection, I want to briefly cover Flam's meltdown over a song joking about him being a pedo. It's important to note, no one attacked Flam for being a degenerate, just for being a hypocrite. So some guy called Salvo Pancakes commissioned a song about him.
I commissioned Mike the Bike to make a song. So this song is about our good friend, Flamenco.
Hey, Flamenco! Leave them kids alone!
This is honestly quite tame compared to an MC Jarbo or Liquid Richard remix, but Flam lost his shit over it.
Salvo Pancakes, he can go fucking kill himself.
You don't think, like, you don't think it's just like a meme or like, Mike doesn't actually think you're a pedophile. Do you think that?
Okay, so, like, it's okay when people call it as long as it's a joke?
Well, I mean, like, we come from a sphere where it's like stuff like shit like this. Like,
we joke about everything. Like, we say the most horrible shit about each other, yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've ever joked calling you a pedophile, though.
But you have laughed at MC Jarbo calling Ralph a pedophile.
But here's the thing,
I don't think he ever called Ralph a pedophile. I think he called Pantsu a pedophile.
It's okay to fucking call Jarbo a pedophile. It's okay to go after Pantsu over Lolicon. But it's not okay when it happens to Flamenco. Does nobody else see the double standard here?
Yeah.
From like the same group of people who fucking crucify Pantsu over the Lolicon and consider her a pedophile? We don't have smoking gun proof Pantsu's molested a child.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to matter because she's the horse bride of Ethan Ralph, right? But Flamenco, ex-capo gunt guard of Ethan Ralph for years. Literally washed his balls for years. Somehow it's okay because he turned on him now and shook a pill bottle with Daddy Jim. And he shouldn't be expected to have to put up with the shit Jarbo put up with or Pantsu. He's judged by a different standard because he's a holy cow, blessed by Father Jim. I don't think so, Flam.
We get
I
shit.
really don't.
Like, that's the thing. When you're online, you get shit. You know, like that's how it rolls. We got shit for the Flam stream, the failure of the Flam stream for how like a month, 3 weeks or something, like brutally, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, obviously me, aim, all that fucking bullshit. You know, me just pausing, I get shit. From our own viewers.
Pedophile.
Wasn't like the whole point of the song like about how he's like the Memphis pedo or something with Faith or something, and you know, I don't know.
Well, he makes like direct
he
makes direct allusions to like barely legal, so I don't know.
Well, I mean that would kind of insinuate like pedophilia, right?
No, if they're legal, then it's not pedophilia. What?
I mean, then why even call it out? Why even say barely legal? Why
Because like a lot of people are saying that like it's weird that a like 35-year-old dude is banging.
Okay, here's some lyrics from MC Jarbo. As the kingpin of the fucking keto ring, I'm from the Bible Belt. I get the kids young, and I got my own church.
This is ridiculous. He called him a pedophile.
Okay, he did.
Call it the kitchen.
He definitely did.
So
you don't think like it's? I mean, you don't think it's just like a meme or like Mike doesn't actually think you're a pedophile. Do you think that?
Okay, so like it's okay when people call. No, I want to ask you, Nick. I want to ask you, Nick.
The shameless shuckle shakedown.
Nick, Thor's girlfriend
listen?
has stage
I'm
4
not
cancer
interrupting
and
you.
gore was
Okay.
the best part of the movie.
If during like a really, really bad time, somebody's like actively calling somebody like that, like a pedophile or something, and then somebody goes into their DMs and tells them to go fucking kill themselves, you think that might be like a little bit different?
Stand up and like do something about it. Don't be a little crybaby online about it. Oh my god, he told me to kill myself.
Nick,
and I was
you're
at my
the one that
lowest.
says that I'm like, oh, I'm harassing your buddy Xanderhall. So like, which one is it?
I don't give a fuck about
Xanderhall. Nick, you fucking literally.
Xanderhall can go
Nick,
kill
you
himself,
literally
too.
fucking said I stalked him, dude. So which one is it, Nick? Which one is it, Nick? Unironically, which one is it, Nick?
Because you're weird.
Nick, unironically, which one is it? Which one is it, Nick? Is it harassment or is it just a joke?
You're like schizo.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not the one holding two different like mentalities on this thing at once.
Flamenco,
I
you
don't know
could
what
be
to tell you.
schizophrenic and Xanderhall could be a loser at the same time.
Yeah, Nick, I'm sorry you can't stand being proven wrong. Like, I'm sorry that you've got a like inability to take any criticism, you thin-skinned fat piece of shit. It's so fucking difficult. It's so fucking arduous to be like, oh, somebody's pushing back against me so mildly and saying, hey, you know what? He actually might have some culpability in this, apparently. Apparently, the actor is also supposed to make sure the gun is fucking cleared. You, Nick, how about you fat piece of shit?
Lamb's meltdown was so huge over a simple joke that he ended up trending with all the buzz around him. Now, with that out of the way, let's get back into this sick, wicked, tangled web. Let's talk about another sick, the sickest of them all, Mr. Cynical, who is connected to Dimitri Monroe. Now, to clarify, Flam is only loosely connected to Dimitri, as far as I know, through Spooky Weeb Trash. However, Spooky is friends with both of them. And Dimitri is friends with Mr. Cynical, and I can prove it. Now, you've come this far, but if you're easily sickened and don't want to punch a hole through your screen, if you haven't already, then close the video now.
It's time to stop. No, this is not okay. It's time to stop. It's time to stop.
It is.
This is Mr. Cynical, a YouTuber and sick f*** that needs a 9mm cure for what he has done. Mr. Cynical used to post on Chan-style message boards and went by Rika or used quotes as his username. He would brag about having CP, torturing his sister, and he thankfully stopped just short of f***ing her, as far as I know. And in this post here, you can see how stable and sane Mr. Cynical is by saying and murder and other crimes are fine to think about just as long as you don't commit the actual offense. I look forward to reading about him in the news after they find the bodies of children under his floorboards and in the walls. Here we can see Mr. Cynical bragging about sharing pictures of his sister's feet, and not only has he shared pictures of her feet, but he's shared other images of her with other pedophiles as well. He brags that they're not CSEM material, and so legally he can't be touched. Dimitri, on an alt account, claimed he hadn't talked to
The
Rika
Dan
Fad, aka
Schneider
Mr. Cynical, in
defense,
over
is
a
it?
year, but I have a video that makes it hard to believe such a claim. It's also worth noting that all of these people have alt accounts, so they can get away with
How
it.
is he
Gloat
connected
and
with
say,
Flam? How's this guy Flam?
I'm sure we'll find out in a minute.
There's the logs. You can't prove I'm a pedo. Ha! I win. If you want proof that these f***s brag, here he is bragging that there's no proof and that this person has, in his mind, no friends. You'll burn all your bridges with your friends. You'll have lost more than I have. Maybe admit defeat while I already won. LMAO. So let's go over some of Dimitri's DMs. In this DM, Dimitri is asked if they know Rika, aka Mr. Cynical, and they confirm they do know each other and wanted to date. Dimitri is told in this DM about Mr. Cynical's child sex tourism, and Dimitri acts surprised by posting a little scared emoji. Dimitri is asked to confirm if Mr. Cynical goes by Rika or uses quotes as his username, and he confirms that he does. Dimitri confirms one of the stories that Mr. Cynical had posted to Chan-style message boards that he had been committed to a mental institution. Dimitri feigns ignorance and pretends to be surprised by the news. Dimitri also confirms that he has met Mr. Cynical in person, and that he does in fact have a sister. Dimitri confirms that some of the posts Mr. Cynical made on these Chan websites were indeed him. Dimitri has sent the video of Mr. Cynical saying he f***ed kids, and Dimitri confirms this is his voice, and admits that this is too much detail for a joke. So after being handed this news, turns out Dimitri stayed friends with Mr. Cynical. Here in this video, you can see that indeed Mr. Cynical is still friends with Dimitri on Discord. While I can't prove they've talked, I highly doubt they haven't talked in over a year. There we go. There's Dimitri's account. Paste the friend code. Friend code's being pasted. Gotta find them mutuals. Oh look, it's Rika! It's Mr. Cynical, who's still friends with Dimitri. Now, Flam was sent a super chat and was warned previously in DMs about the connection between Dimitri Monroe and Mr. Cynical, and he just ignored it. Wouldn't even comment on it. Not even a simple, well, if it's true, then that's f***ed up. Here we see Mr. Cynical responding to the super chat, meaning he either watches Flam streams, or someone watching Flam tipped him off. Here we can see him saying, you'll have to pay more to make people care. Well, guess what? I care. So someone posted the video of Mr. Cynical's confession to Twitter. The story is, years ago, Mr. Cynical was tricked into a voice call of people pretending to be pedos and got him to admit that he flew to Thailand to f little kids.
Get ready to receive some Holy Spirit.
Thailand. Wait, wasn't it like Bangkok or something? No, that's China.
That's China, bro.
Captain.
How can you say you watch Chinese cartoons? You don't even know Asian geography.
I've only been to Thailand once, and it was with my friend. We actually just went to Bangkok, chill around the town and shit. So, and then we took back the plane and we went back home. So, I didn't really visit the place much, except for the town. The town's actually pretty nice, but like I didn't really visit the place. I've actually never been to Japan, which kind of sucks, but I don't really want to go because it would destroy my entire fake concept of Japan. So I never want to go anyways.
This is not at all like my Japanese animes.
Recently I made a comment, kind of stupid, but I thought it was actually logistic. Like a person was like, I want my wife so much. I want to fuck her until I can't, and this and that. And then the guy said, yeah, I'm gonna fuck her until she's paraplegic. And I'm like, well, you know, it's simple. Instead of making her paraplegic.
Yeah, is this guy directly connected with Flam, or is it connected to Dimitri, who's connected to?
I thought this guy was a mod in Flam's server.
No,
is what I thought.
Because this is like a connection to a connection. You know what I mean? It's a bit like tougher to connect it to Flam, but it does prove that Dimitri was, you know, demented.
But it's like, how many guys in this
sphere, like,
how many of them are we going to
I'm trying to be charitable, but it's very difficult, obviously, so.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you trying to be somewhat charitable. At this point, I'm pretty fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And there's a couple other things that we have to show after we finish this, too. But they're very short. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I don't even know if that's comprehensive because more shit keeps coming out like every fucking day.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's not upon me to fucking, you know, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get more on the ball. We'll get more on the ball with this shit. But it's so complicated and there's so much obfuscation going on from all of Flamenco's Jannies and a lot of gay ops and weird intimidation. It's just anyway.
You know, that got captain. It's like everyone's like go freak out about that. And like another time that I was getting drunk and I started talking about like everyone's like, oh, these children. I'm like, no, it's crap. You know, that guy. You still fucked him, right? Yeah, I had sex with him. Just
right the pussy.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear this shit.
What
was that, like 2 years ago?
No, 3 years ago. No, 3
years ago.
No, 4 years ago. Sorry.
And wait, that was in Thailand.
Yes.
Shit. And then what? There's one you just didn't?
Yeah, there was 3 girls. They were on the mattress, and I fucked one girl, and then I used a condom. After that, she wanted to give me a blowjob. I just started wanting to fuck the other girl. Then the other girl kept fucking laughing and just annoyed me. Then I just lost all my boner, and the girl just started patting me on the fucking back. Really annoying. Then after that, she gave me another blowjob, and I fucked the other girl, and I wanted the third girl, but like it's already spent like what was it, 30 minutes or half an hour, or 45 minutes? I can't remember. Then the lady came, she's like, "Your time is you," and some bullshit, and I had to leave.
Yeah.
How does he feel so comfortable telling people that?
I fucking clicked off by accident. Sorry.
Daisy chained.
I don't even want to hear this.
Oh, it's not something you can control.
I honestly don't want to even hear this shit.
You didn't choose to be attracted to kids. That's fine. Please face the wall.
So how did Rika, aka Mr. Cynical, respond to all of this? By saying it's slander and a gay op. I was informed from a friend on Twitter that users from this chan are the ones responsible for my harassment. You fuckers are calling me a pedo for liking Lolicon and using an out-of-context audio clip to deface my public image and frame me as a pedophile? I would really appreciate it if you fuckers stopped that. You win nothing out of doing this to me and hurting my YouTube career, which is literally everything I have. God, how pathetic. That's fucking pathetic. I'm sorry, I just gotta say that. This YouTube career. And now you want to take that away from me? For what reason? What have I ever done to you? Now these two are responsible for gathering all the info that you've seen today. You have user Burn and Roggle's Revenge. I had to leave out a lot for the sake of time, but before you discount it all, I don't believe these two are doing this for clout or just making shit up. They hardly have any followers and now have gone quiet. I think they're just pedo hunters, using burner accounts. And so I owe them a special thanks for gathering all this info and doing all of the work. Oh, and before I forget, I also owe Shining Ray for bringing all this to my attention. Oh, what a tangled and wicked web that has been weaved. Now I've shown that Flam is linked to all these degenerates, freaks, and pedos.
Okay, look. We got the weird lolly shit, the Shotacon stuff, the weird connections, you know.
Well, let's play this particular clip in the drive. Flamenco guessing the age of anime characters based on the drawing.
Where is that?
It's right there.
Okay.
Orihime from the anime Bleach. This is Orihime from the anime Bleach, and this is Konata from Lucky Star. So Konata is 17 years old. Orihime in this photo, I believe, is 15 years old. Can you sense a little bit of a difference between these two characters?
This is where we're at.
Might it be that the way that these people are drawn is a little bit different? If you were to draw these characters on model with how they're portrayed in their respective media, engaging in sexual acts, one is a little bit more sus than the other, and it's
Listen
not
to
the
how
other one.
Gleeful he is.
I think we got enough.
Well, no, let's also play, you know, Flam being instructed to cover up the evidence. But I mean, the poll right now is saying 83% of people believe Flam is guilty of being a fucking pedophile. That's what the poll says right now.
Which one?
The remaining 17% are Flamenco Jannies.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's hear this.
I'll explain like as best as I can, give my full account of everything, whatever. You know, what are you gonna do?
Actually, the most bizarre thing about this is like, why Steam? Because like Steam is like the one platform where like.
So what
people
this
put, like,
is, pause it.
thousands of dollars.
This is Flamenco being coached by his Discord server on what to say when he got pressed by us.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's going on. This has been
into it. Why would you tie?
Yeah, why would you tie like yourself to pedo shit? Like they've got your billing history.
Yeah, especially if my fucking like the thing tied to my channel instead of just an alt account or whatever. Like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Just sounds like people looking for an easy W.
I don't know.
Is the poll in
Unless they're
good faith?
German. In that case, I think German people can like they can post like nude children and shit without getting.
Honestly, I feel like Germans need to put.
Or
them
is it? I think it's like there's certain types of like nudity that's considered art. Because I remember that that guy, the mangaka who did Act Age, he was trying to import like legal German nude shit and got arrested.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Maybe
oh wait, was it Act Age?
He just happens to know.
That manga.
Just happens to know this very, very specific case of German like pedophile law. Very interesting, the sort of people that Flam's surrounded with, huh?
That was just really dumb.
Yeah, he did the manga for Galco and he got like arrested for it.
Manga for what?
Some big titty gal, Garu manga.
Which one? What's it called?
Galco-chan. He got a.
Please
Yeah,
tell
got
me
a.
Galco-chan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a brain aneurysm, dude. I fucking hate Atlantica and Kingdom Hearts 1. Jesus Christ.
I mean, there's enough people in here that's like active, I guess. So I don't know. I think I'll be fine. I don't know.
Well, I don't know, folks. I think that's all for tonight. We've been going for a long fucking time. I think I rest my case, to be honest, with Flam. The poll says 84% guilty. I mean, he's guilty. He's guilty as fuck. We all know it. The only people still coping are fucking Flam's Jannies and Flam's fucking Discord that are up at 5 in the morning running gay damage control ops. That's what's going on. So, I don't know what fucking to say. Other than that was fucking really disgusting and very embarrassing for Flam and for people who defend Flam. And I'd kind of like people to fucking apologize because Flam is.
I'm sorry. I really wish that it was set up like better. You know, like we
fucked it. I mean, Godwinson and I fucked it. That's the reality.
If I had been in the call and we had gone over everything, all that stuff, maybe things would be a lot different. But what are you gonna do? You know, you did say ultimately when more things come out and it makes more sense. But again, what we're looking at for sure is weird anime, lolly, Shotacon stuff. The associations are the Aydin Paladin thing was like, what the fuck? So, all that, and it's like not blocking Dimitri immediately after being told this stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's very simple. And then the defending veto and all that. And you know, he was also kicked out of the commentary community. But not even for this. It was like for like I don't know if you saw it, like Augie's Augie did a whole breakdown on, you know, like just fucking weird shit he's done, like phoning Xander Hall's mom or wanting to or something, like contemplating it. And like the list goes on and on and on. And at a certain point, it's just like, look, we revealed, like we exposed it because people were saying we were sweeping it up, which we weren't. I just didn't put it in the fucking headline because I didn't think it was going to be a fucking hour and 20 fucking minute video. I thought it was like the Chris Story and X thing only, basically. I didn't think it was like this crazy deep of a web. And ultimately, I just don't want to be involved with it. Like, you know what I mean?